Steve here, thanks for calling by. In this video I want to show briefly how Watch the Gap works and how it can be of advantage to you in your betting, and also just explain quickly the 4 staking plans which are also included in Watch the Gap. What is Watch the Gap and how can it be of use to you? Well, Watch the Gap is the gap between first and second favourite, or the first and third favourite, or the second and third favourite, depending how you want to program your setting. Initially we were looking at the gap between the first and second favourite. So what is Watch the Gap? It's the price, that is the difference between the first and the second favourite. In this case, if the favourite was at $2.50 and the second favourite was at $3.20, the gap there would be 70 cents or 70 pence. Okay, if we were to look at the gap, say we wanted the gap to be between the first favourite and the third favourite, we would see that the gap there is $2.70. That is the price difference between this one and this one here. So if we had in Watch the Gap in the bot, if we had a minimum limit of $2, then, and we were betting on we wanted to bet the third favourite as long as it was $2 or more difference between the first favourite, then that bet would be placed, and consequently if we had it that the first favourite must be $2 more than the third favourite, if that's the setting that we had, the difference between the first and third favourite, then the bet would get actioned, because $2.70 is obviously over that. And we can also set, that's the minimum, and we can also set a maximum price. So if our maximum price was $3.50, then of course that bet would still qualify. So that is the principle of Watch the Gap. You can use it in the win market, in the place market, and in the auto section we have an auto and we have a manual as well. That's not very good, that one. We have a manual as well, manual option, and you can use these settings in both. And in the staking plans, we have in the auto section, we have the diabolical staking plan, shorty staking, level staking, and stop at a winner. And in the manual, we have just the top 3. We have diabolical, shorties, and level staking. In the page down below, you'll see links to these staking plans, so you can find out more about them if you want to get more involved in the other staking plan. The good thing with Watch the Gap, obviously, is you can have these staking plans now on autopilot. So you could say, I want to, you may just want to take place favourite as long as it's 1.3 to 2, for example. Well, you can put those programs in and run it on diabolical, and you could pick whether you want it to be 3 races, 4 races, 5 races. If you're using short price favourites, you might want to even extend to 8 races, which is really compounding your returns. So that's the options that you have. In shorties, you can do the same sort of thing in the place market or the win market. And in auto, you can also do backing and laying. So very powerful auto section there. And in the auto section there is 3 sub-bots. So you can run 3 separate strategies. So you might want the place market 1.3 to 1.8. So any horse that fits that. You can use the diabolical, and you could use it in shorties, and you could use it in stop at a winner. So you could use 3 staking plans for the one selection criteria. But that would be a little bit short-sighted. You'd be better off to obviously use maybe on bot 1 the place scenario, bot 2 a win scenario with a different staking. But it's only through looking at what the bot does on auto that you can fine-tune and program exactly what your settings will be. You can have a myriad of settings like the gap settings, you can have the runner fields, you can have also the favourite must be a certain price before the bot will consider betting on it. But that's all explained down in the page below. So Watch the Gap bot is a very powerful bot with 4 staking plans on auto, 3 on manual, and you can bet 3 different scenarios in the auto. And in manual, you can make you can pick out some races that you only want the bot to look at, if it meets the qualifications, then it will bet them, and will bet them in either any of these 3 staking plans, whichever you choose to do. Okay, so that's a little bit about What's the Gap bot. So you can read on further and find out more, and get involved if you like. A lot of you, I know, followed Watch the Gap when we first released the concept back in October 2022, and have been waiting for this bot. We must apologise it's taken so long. We've sort of let life get in the way of producing it, but here it is now, and we've got it at a very special price. So on behalf of Michael and myself, Steve, thanks for watching this quick synopsis of Watch the Gap. Cheers.